So my name's Mark Parrish, and this is our grief story. On April 2nd, 2012, I got the phone call that no parent actually wants to receive. And it actually happened in one of the worst ways possible, and the fact that it was actually her calling me, or her phone calling me, but it was actually the officer that was pulling her out of the car. So she was involved in a tragic car accident, was actually stat flighted to Vanderbilt Hospital, and 6 excruciating days later, she passed away on Easter morning, April 8th, 2012. In that moment, as I was actually on my way back from the Final Four in New Orleans, and I just remember exactly where I was when I got that phone call, and just how much it took me to my knees. And I've never really experienced powerless like that before, because we were actually stuck in traffic for an hour solid. Not you're trying to get to your daughter and you just can't move. So I could only sit and pray. I was with two of my best friends in the car, and thankfully I wasn't driving, but they were able to be there for me, and we actually took a couple breaks, and they were super supportive.
I was preparing for spring break, and I was headed to the shoe shop to get Katrin some sandals. And my phone rang, and it was a number, it was a Murray number, but it wasn't Katrin's, and I thought, "Oh, she's lost her phone again." So when I answered the phone, it was the trauma nurse who told me the news and said, "Ma'am, you need to get to Nashville as quickly as possible, and you need to prepare that she probably won't survive the flight there." And I just remember feeling the world just swirl around me. And somehow, through the help of my family, I made it to Nashville. But it's so surreal. I just remember screaming and making sounds I didn't know were coming from myself. Everything that I knew about the world disappeared in one phone call. It was surreal and unnatural, and it shattered our world. As far as wanting a grief sanctuary, I just knew how isolated and helpless it feels when you lose someone that you love. And there was no way to find relief. And there felt like I was the only one in the world. I know Mark felt like that too. We were the only people in the world that could ever feel this pain. And we were desperate for hope. And so we started grasping onto the things that gave us a little bit of comfort, like nature and exercise and Bible studies and just being with people who understood what loss meant. And there was nothing around that encompassed all of that, no place to go. And we were so desperate to find a place where we weren't looked on and felt sorry for or worried about, or just a place where someone could understand us. And so we just kept saying there has to be some place where people who are broken can go and find support and know that they are not alone. And so I think that's where the dream came from.
Sure.